I'm not really sure what I'm going to say or what I want to say, but this is going to be somewhat of a pride-themed video that explores maybe a little bit of an atheistic viewpoint on homosexuality, but more having to do with religion as it relates to homosexuality. I've generally found that the argument over homosexuality has always been somewhat stagnant as far back as I could know it. Now there's plenty of research and scientific inquiry into the matter in terms of what causes homosexuality. Is it genetics? Is it epigenetics? Is it environmental? Is it nature nurture? But I think at this point in time we've kind of tied it down to something that can't be controlled by any volitioned experience or any experience you could have in the world that is by your choice. It's something that tends to happen outside of factors that you have any control over. Now, the reason I say I feel it's stagnant is because I think it's stagnant mainly because of religion. Anyone who opposes homosexuality is actually, in most cases, if not all cases, coming from I don't want to say all cases because there's a possibility that there are people out there who have a very scientific head on their shoulders and may oppose homosexuality, although that seems like an oxymoron. It seems like it's not quite, it won't quite fit. They would have to have some sort of, partition in their brain when it comes to what homosexuality is and whether or not it's quote unquote acceptable. But the reason I feel that the argument over homosexuality is stagnant is because I think for the religious, the people that do oppose it, and that do believe in the literalism of the Bible or the Quran or the Torah, they do take this opposition directly from doctrine, religious doctrine, and I think that they themselves haven't reconciled the difference between what is scientifically true and what is religiously true. And for what makes matters worse is there's an evolution of that sort of thinking. I hate to call it an evolution, but there's a pervasive notion that comes from religious doctrine and spreads itself out into even secular society, where I find that a lot of people have a negative opinion of homosexuality, but they don't know why they have that opinion of that opposing it, and it's usually tied down to some sort of very kind of obscured view of homosexuality. They're not sure why they don't like it. They just know they don't like it. There's no real explanation of the reason why behind it, but we all know that the argument against homosexuality is religious. That's where it would end. I mean, you're talking about wildlife that actually exhibits homosexual behavior. I mean, where in the either way, what I'm saying is, like, while it seems that science has made progress on where homosexuality comes from, and I'm sure there's still a lot to be figured out. There's a religious stalemate, or not even stalemate, but a stagnation in the religious context of what homosexuality is. I mean, I know Pope Francis basically had this big thing about, well, it's okay, they just can't get married, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, it seems like the religious side of it is definitely holding back or just stagnant, like I said, in terms of how they view homosexuality. And like I said, to make matters worse, there's people who don't know why they don't like homosexuality, even though it does come from a religious base. Anyway, I want to do a blog post about something related to homosexuality as well. I'm just not sure that that must be the artist in me. I have this mental block right now. I can't think of anything too interesting to say as demonstrated in this video. So we'll see how it goes. Bye.